Hi, I'm Eric with Simply Elegant Home Cooking. Today I'm going to be making garlic shrimp. This is one of my favorite dishes. I think everybody loves garlic shrimp. There's a really specific way to do it to perfectly cook the shrimp all the way through without overcooking them and to avoid burning the garlic. So stick around, I'm going to show you the way that I do it. So to start out, I've prepped the shrimp. I've taken these out of the fridge about 40 minutes before they're going to be cooked. And you'll notice that I have peeled. I've left the little segment at the very end, but I've taken the rest of the peel off and I've cut down the back and removed the vein. And then the next step, we're going to just season these very liberally with salt and pepper. I'm going to press that in, and now I'm going to flip them and hit the other side as well. Okay, and here's how everything looks after seasoning the other side. Now I should also mention I am using wild shrimp. They have much better flavor and they're actually a lot more healthy for you than farmed. And these are large shrimp. You want to get them about 25 count to a pound. So really the most important thing when making garlic shrimp is to cook the shrimp and the garlic at the right temperatures. Now the shrimp benefit from being cooked on high heat, whereas the garlic, very easy to burn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook them separately to begin. I'm going to start by turning on a 12-inch stainless steel skillet on medium-high heat, and we're going to allow this to come up to full heat for about 3 to 4 minutes. So now that our skillet has come up to full temperature, we can sear the shrimp. At this point, I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil. You don't want to use too much. We're going to be adding more to the dish. But I'm going to get that in there and give it a swirl around. And I like to lay the shrimp in starting in one corner, working outward. They only take about a minute to a minute and a half on each side to sear. This way we'll know where to start flipping them. Once we get done laying the first layer down, it'll be time to start flipping them from this side. And it doesn't take long. The worst way to cook shrimp is to overcook them. So after just a little bit more than a minute, we're going to start flipping them from this initial side. Okay, and these are not completely cooked all the way through, but they've had a good minute to a minute and a half on each side searing. So at this point, I'm going to turn off the heat, and starting in that same corner, I'm going to take them off one by one. This allows us to cook them all evenly. Okay, so I've removed all the shrimp. The heat's been off for about a minute or so. I'm going to turn it back on, this time only to about medium-low, and I'm going to go in there with some more of the extra virgin olive oil. So this is going to give us more oil that we're going to use. It's also going to cool the pan down, so we don't want to burn the garlic. That's why I've added the cold oil, and I'm going to go in there with about 5 or 6 cloves of garlic that I have minced up. And once you get the garlic in there, you want to just keep moving that around. It's going to prevent it from burning. It's going to break up any clumps. We're going to just move that around. And by cooking this slow on a lower heat, this is going to infuse the oil, and it's going to prevent us from burning the garlic. So we want to let this go for maybe about 2 minutes or so, medium-low. About 2 minutes in, I'm going to add some crushed red pepper flakes. They burn easy, so that's why we're adding them a little bit later. I'm going to just stir this around for about 30 seconds. And after cooking those chili flakes for just about 30 seconds, I'm going to add a splash of a dry white Italian wine. And I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit past medium. We're going to bring this up to temperature, and we can do that now without risk of burning the garlic. You just want to keep everything moving as you go. And after about a minute or two, our oil sauce has reduced in volume. That wine, the alcohol is cooked off. So at this point, what we want to do next, we want to add a chunk of butter, and we just want to move that around. And by constantly moving this around and agitating it, it's going to help us emulsify this and do a nice creamy oil and butter sauce. So we just want to keep everything moving. Our butter is almost melted. And And as soon as that butter is just about to disappear into that oil, we can add back in the shrimp. At this point, I'm going to turn the heat back down to medium-low, and we're just going to let them cook for about a minute or two to pick up on those nice flavors and just to finish cooking in the middle. We seared them, we didn't cook them all the way through, so they don't need long. But this is going to just complete the cooking process and give us some amazing flavor on these garlic shrimp. Continue to keep everything moving as you go. And once you get everything in that pan, we can go in with some fresh Italian parsley that I have finely minced up and move this around. Be sure to flip everything like so. And I actually should have done this with the white wine, but it's no big deal. I'm going to go in with just a squeeze of fresh lemon. So I'm going to get that in there, turn off the heat, and just stir this for a minute or two until it's evenly incorporated. We are almost ready to serve up these garlic shrimp. Okay, and I've served up the garlic shrimp with a French baguette. You can serve it with any type of bread you like. My favorite part of every video is going in and tasting it. The shrimp are so good. We didn't overcook those. That's really, really important to cook them on high heat and to not let them turn to rubber. So if you do it the way I did, they're going to turn out perfectly. And then almost as good as the shrimp is that oily, spicy oil and white wine and butter sauce that we made. So I'm going to go in there with the bread, sop a little bit of that up. This dish is so satisfying. Garlic shrimp served up with the oil butter sauce and a French baguette bread. Really hope you enjoyed. I hope you try this method. I think you'll find that my method is superior to any other way of cooking garlic shrimp. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Eric with Simply Elegant Home Cooking, and I'll see you again soon.